What's up, Kobe? What's going on? Trying to wait for a few people to come on. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm gonna jump on here really quick just to I was gonna try to record some stuff so I can do some reviews of some cologne. I gotta get ready for this show in the morning. But what I am gonna say is, just in the time being, I've done a lot of interviews. And when I do interviews, I get both sides, right? I have conversations to get both sides, no matter what the situation is. I did an interview where a pastor's wife was getting the hell beat out of her. And I talked with her family, and we ended up finding out that the husband had thrown her in a nursing home. All right, we talked about that for a minute. So I do my best to be fair with everybody, right? When I'm doing stuff, because domestic violence it's a serious thing, right? It's a real serious thing. And I did these interviews, especially with a lot of women that have gone through domestic violence. When I get on here and I see people trying to drag me because I did an interview with a guy who someone else is claiming that they were experiencing domestic violence through, hear me when I tell you this. I'm not a one-sided person. I go on here, I reach out to these parties and all of this stuff, and other people don't want to say nothing. That's not my fault, right? I'm not siding with nobody. But what I am saying is, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Let me know what's going on. You give me your stuff, I review it. Period. That's what I do. If I'm asking you, hey, what did he do? What did she do? And you just give me a bunch of all over the place stuff, I can't do nothing with that, right? A lot of you are on here talking about, oh, she played an audio, she showed a video. And I'm doing my best to be as calm about everything that I'm saying as much as possible. Because the reality is this. When you're in court, and I've dealt with a lot of these things that do go to court. When you're in court, the judge, the attorneys, everybody's going to ask the same thing. Where's your proof? If the person did abuse you, and I'm not calling nobody's name. Baby, how am I choosing to be ignorant? I'm going to need you not to be ignorant because I'm asking valid questions. If you are abused and somebody's asking you, how did they abuse you? You should be able to say, run that down. This is what they did. Calling somebody is not abuse. Texting somebody is not abuse. Am I speaking a foreign language here? No. I'm saying exactly what I said before. No ifs, ands, and buts, baby. I repeated everything I said before. So, again, even the conversation that I had with that person, I said, if this man did this to you, okay, it's not her job to explain, but I asked him the same thing. What are y'all talking about? But I'm asking him to explain, but she ain't got to explain nothing to me. For real? I'm asking him, okay, I'm first of all, I'm going to him like, nigga, what did you do? Tell me what happened. You say you got some facts? Show me your facts. So then when I'm going to her, I'm like, show me your facts. I want to compare notes. So I can question him, but I can't question her. Then y'all sit out here and listen to the audio, and I'm not saying, God, these people. Of course he's going to lie. Listen, I'm not even taking up for him. I'm not even going to take up for him. What I'm saying is, I'm going to do the same thing that the judge and the attorney's going to do. Okay? Where are your facts? That's the same thing I asked her. Okay? The same thing I asked her. I said, you said he abused you. What did he do? Calm voice just like this. I have the recording because it seemed like everybody's out here recording stuff. I said, what did he do to you? That's what I said to her. I said, what did he do to you? She went on to saying he's been adopted. He's all this, all that. And I'm like, that's not telling me nothing. You're a black man. And how are you a black man not defending a black woman? Listen, I'll defend you. Ken, okay. Okay, so listen. I'm a vlogger, I'm a commentator, right? I saw the story. Let's go back to this. When I first heard about the story, because I knew of him, I was like, dang, how you doing this? Based upon what she said, just based upon what she said, I just drugged the shit out of him. I drugged the shit out of him, right? Nobody came on my videos and said shit, right? Nobody said shit. You said, but it's your demeanor, not the way you said it. So let me help you out real quick. When I first heard about it, I was like, dang. And then so some people I knew was telling me, well, he did this with his ex-wife. I didn't research shit. So I said, hold on. Because I had people that knew him. And I was like, okay, let me go dig up the records. Because I want to see who I'm really talking to, what I'm really talking about, right? You said that's where you went wrong. Right. So I didn't research nothing about it when I first heard about it. I just went by what she said. All right. So I went and looked up his records. True enough, he had domestic violence. However, when I looked it up, he got arrested for domestic violence, but his wife got charged with domestic violence. I'm like, oh, okay. So everybody's out here talking about his record's domestic violence, but I'm like, but his wife got charged with domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm like, okay, so I didn't say nothing. I did my one video on it. I reached out to her. I reached out to the other girl, right? That's what I did. I reached out to both of them. Didn't say nothing. He inboxed me and said, I showed y'all the stuff all on the video. He said, listen, if you want to see what I got, my proof, whatever. I said, okay, let's talk. When we sat down, I said, okay, let me see your messages between you and her. Don't touch the phone. Don't do nothing. Don't touch your phone. Don't do nothing. Let me see what you got. Let me see your phone. Let me see what's going on. Okay? You said you invested yourself into something. No, I'm not being biased. Let's just looking at this. Because if I'm asking you for something, I'm asking you for something. And as a commentator, a vlogger, a journalist, and you don't give me anything, then I'm just left with what they have said. That's just like if I'm going based off what she said and I'm dragging the shit out of him without hearing what he's saying, then it's like, then that's bias. So again, do I think he's right? All right. Do I think that he's all right? No, I don't. Do I think he's all right? Absolutely not. When I got through talking to him, I told him the same thing before he even went to court. I said, you need to fix how you talk to these women. You need to fix how you deal with these women, because whatever you're doing is what's getting you in your situation. You said I laughed at her abuse? No, that was not what I laughed at. See, that's how people chop videos up. What we laughed at was when he was talking about, what the fuck you doing up in here? That's what I laughed at. Because he didn't touch her, he didn't hit her. This is hilarious to me. Y'all look at chopped up videos. Y'all look at chopped up videos and you say, oh, they're laughing at her abuse. When was I laughing at somebody's abuse? Like dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. When was I laughing at somebody's abuse? Go back and watch the interview. When I was laughing with him is when he went in that room and was like, what is going on up in here? He didn't even know she was in the room. And I'm laughing at what he's saying, not how he's, whatever. So, again, people are chopping up stuff. Again, how about this? Why don't you ask her to post the entire court conversation? Post the entire court proceedings. Hear what the judge is saying. Hear what the lawyer is saying. Don't touch nothing. Get on live. Don't touch nothing. Don't edit nothing. Don't do anything. Because again, you're only hearing the end of that live. I'm sorry, the end of that recording. Okay? You're only hearing the end of that recording. You're not hearing what her and the lawyer and the judge and his sister and him, what all they're saying. You're only hearing the end part. You all are saying, oh, you got to be beat twice. I need y'all to really think about what y'all saying, for real. I need y'all to really think about what y'all saying. In what world do you have to be beat twice? The judge said, I believe the petitioner. I believe she was a victim. Okay. She said she believed the victim, petitioner, right? She still dismissed it. She still dismissed it because on the paperwork it said, I'm not siding with nobody, y'all. I'm looking at paperwork. Had she had came to court and said, here's videos, pictures of him where he beat the shit out of me. Hey, open and shut case right there. First of all, let's do this, y'all. I need y'all, before y'all start trying to cuss me out, I need y'all to hear what I'm saying for real. Because I'm not siding with nobody. I'm not siding with nobody. What I am saying is this. If you take your baby daddy to court right now. Hey, y'all, what's going on? You take your baby daddy to court right now. You take your baby daddy to court right now. You said, but I am. All right, if that's what you choose to think, right? You take your baby daddy to court right now and say, he slapped me. You got proof, right, of that he's slapping you, right? You got evidence that he's slapping you. If you go overseas and talking about he did this or went... Y'all, the whole story does not make sense, okay? And this is why, honestly, when it come down to this stuff, I always ask people, listen, just bring me the receipts of what y'all talking about. You said I'm siding with an abuser. I'm not siding with no damn body. I'm not siding with no damn body. My better question for you is, what happened? I'm asking, how am I? I'm asking what happened. That's what I'm asking. What happened? What happened? What happened? If you tell me that somebody abused you, I'm going to ask you what happened. That's what I'm going to ask you, what happened? Create your success. What receipts? Y'all keep saying abuser, and I'm asking y'all. I'm clearly asking. This is funny. I'm clearly asking you, what did he do? What did he do? That's what I'm saying. Social with class, thank you. Thank you. What? I'm going to see if I can pin this. Because I do this on my lives. I do this on my shows. I do this on my shows. I'm not going to side with nobody. I'm going to go with what facts I have in front of me. That's what I'm going to do. Baby, you talking about he's been here before. We're not talking about his past. We're not talking about any of those things. I'm talking about the here, the now. What did he do to her? Baby, I didn't pick a side. I didn't pick a side. You keep saying I picked a side. You said that's all we need to know? Okay, and that's why a lot of men who are innocent right now, oh my God, okay. If I was unbiased, I wouldn't have been getting a drink. What? Y'all are funny. And the reason why I'm not even getting upset is because I'm legit asking a question. I'm legit. And I'm like, here's the thing. I'm legit asking a question. You said he fed me lies. What lie? I'm legit asking a question. Can y'all tell me what abuse she suffered? No, I didn't just run with his. See, y'all wanna change the narratives and all this other stuff. I'm asking a legit question. When I first posted a snippet, she and I talked, right? And I had the video recording. She couldn't even tell me what the man did. You said, why I invite him to my house? I know him. I mean, not like know him, no, but I know him. So, like, what's the problem? Y'all, what? Y'all are really something else. Really something else. Really something else. Okay. I'm looking at some of y'all comments. Somebody, well, his past behaviors. I mean, y'all date a whole lot of people. Y'all don't know their past behaviors. You said I had bad intentions to begin with. Wow. You said, do you think it was too much for her to bring up when you asked? Too much of what? Y'all talking about the facts haven't been released to the public. Y'all, what fact? Let me do this, and I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get off. When they went to court, the judge and the lawyers asked for all of who, what, where, when, and why. All of that was presented. Again, when the court documents were done and they gave the paperwork just as I showed online, the judge said, yes, I've read the transcript. The judge said, based upon the evidence, there is no sufficient evidence. We're dismissing the case. Now, here's the thing. The judge, first of all, didn't like the fact that he'd been in the courtroom or that courtroom too many times for whatever, all the many reasons. All right. But based upon why they were there, she said, I do believe her because you've been here too many times. Me personally, I done already told him, like, I don't know what you're doing with these females. I don't know how you talk to these females, but you need to get that together. Period. Period, point blank. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm asking him, I'm asking her, okay, if there was abuse, what was the abuse? If there was an abuse, what is the abuse? I'm not changing what I said. I've been saying it. Ken, I've been saying, you said I shouldn't be saying. Okay. So this is what I do. So I don't, y'all just probably getting to recognize me or know me over here on TikTok. But on my other platforms, this is what I do. I have these conversations. I interview people. I interview baby mamas and baby daddies and all this other stuff all the time. All I'm saying is, if someone abused you, what did they do? What did they do? Because, again, what I did was, based upon, okay, you want to hear my point of view. So based upon what I heard initially, I was like, here's a black woman crying out. Oh my God, I cannot believe this man did this. Boom. I was watching her videos, giving my commentary while I'm watching her videos. Because some other people that I know him personally, I said, okay. They said, Mario, da-da-da-da-da. I said, okay. I said, well, I don't know anything, so we're going to see. I reached out to her. I reached out to the other girl. That's what I did. I reached out to both of them. He reached out to me, and he said, I have every receipt, every text. Boom. You want to talk to me? Cool, we can talk. If not, cool. No, whatever. All right, cool. I said, well, I'm waiting on them. Let me hear what you got. When I got through talking to him and I posted a snippet, she inboxed and said, congratulations on giving an abuser a platform. And I said, well, baby girl, listen. I said, what did he do to you? I'm legit asking that. What did he do to you? She's saying, oh, he was mad at me. He was texting me. He was calling my phone. And I'm like, okay. And when we actually talked on the phone, she said the same thing. I said, her name. I said, that's not abuse. I said, what did he physically do to you? Was he? I have a video. He was apologizing to me. And I said, that video that and see, I don't even want to do this because y'all gonna say that I'm siding with him. But I saw the text message, even in what she showed me, the text message that she showed, he was apologizing for the way that he was behaving with his sister. That's what's in the text message. That's what's in the text message, okay? That's in the text message. So then the video of him apologizing was his behavior with his sister. Because him and his sister don't have a good relationship. All right, cool. I asked him, I said, well, did you put your hands on her? Did you put your hands on her? He said, no. I said, okay. I'm like, y'all argue, do anything like that? He said, well, we had like a little disagreement because she had a little short skirt on or whatever. And I was like, what did you say? Thank you, Tamara. I said, well, what did you say? He said, well, I didn't like the fact that she was walking around my boys with the little short skirt on. And I told her, I said, she need to put it. I'm like, she 25. She 25. Like, she ain't no church girl. So I'm like, she got little boy shorts on short. That's what you gonna get, pimp. Like, it just is what it is. I'm not siding with him. I'm like, baby, we about the same age, right? Nigga, you 40 something. She 25. Big difference. Big difference, right? Hey, Chris, big difference. Big difference. So I'm glad I'm getting this out because I'm like, y'all talking about I'm side, because that's not my platform. That's not my platform. If you choose not to publicly talk to me because the same questions that I ask you on the phone is the same questions that I'm going to ask you publicly, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to. You said exactly, sounds like it was verbal in the recording. Okay. So what I'm getting at is, what I'm getting at is, did he put his hands on you? Anything? Listen, I'm not for nobody, because listen, I don't like to be yelling at nobody. If I got to do all that, like, we don't need to be dealing with each other, okay? We don't need to be dealing with each other. You know, we can go our separate ways. If you put your hands on somebody and all that stuff like that, that's a problem. I ain't for that. I'm not for that. I'm not here laughing at nobody. I'm not laughing at nobody's abuse. I talk about these things on my platform. Y'all just getting to know me over here on TikTok, right? Y'all just getting to know me over here on TikTok. And that's cool. But what I'm not going to do, honestly, what I'm not going to do is have somebody on here talking about, oh, you're siding with an abuser. No, I'm not. So Janice, you keep saying he was going through the door to get at her. If you go back, I don't want to disrespect you at all, but I'm honestly saying, on that video, that audio that you hear, I know, Julie, I know, girl, it's been bothering me. It's really been bothering me. That video of him and that door situation, you can clearly hear that he and his sister are having an argument. I'm not taking up nobody's side, but I'm listening to everything. I'm listening. He and his sister are having an argument, right? He gets in the door. He's like, what are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? So how am I coming at somebody and I didn't even know they was in the room? Yeah. So listen, again, I'm not taking nobody's side. I did an interview with this man. I asked him all the questions, and I'm telling you, it is what it is. if y'all are gonna go based off of thing, you're not even listening to everything. You're just basically going off of. You said, why did his sister yell, "Leave her alone"? Cause she thought, wow. His sister was yelling, "Leave her alone." One, he's going in the room to get his stuff, and then two, she was in that very room. He didn't know that. So again, leave her alone. Don't go messing with her. How am I gonna go mess with somebody if I didn't know she was in the room? I'm just going in there to get. Baby, I don't have an apartment. I'm sorry. I don't have an apartment. I have a house. Yes, ma'am. And it's clean. That's the other thing. Like, I've not even disrespected her. But don't say you've never seen my house. You said I got all the excuses for him. Baby, I ain't got no excuses for him. I'm asking legit questions. If you want to say that he verbally abused me, say he verbally abused me. I know, Julie, I know. Nothing I say is gonna be good enough at this point. I'm just getting it out. I'm saying it on here. You said answer the question. Well, what's your question, baby? What's your question? Let me see. Hold on. When he got out of court, he called me. When he got out of court, he called me. And he said he wanted to talk about it. I said, okay, we'll stop by the house. Listen, sweetheart, I'm not saying verbal, physical, mental. I'm not saying none of that stuff is okay. I'm not saying none of that stuff is okay. No, we're not besties. No, we're not besties. I do interviews all the time. I travel and do interviews. What's the problem? So I'm not supposed to do interviews? I was willing to do one with Sarah. Like, seriously. And this is before all this stuff got jumped off like this. Because we had already did an interview. That's why he called me. And so I said, okay, well, let me see. I said, let me see the paperwork. I want to see what the judge said. Because if the judge said you guilty, bitch, you guilty. If the judge said you guilty, you guilty. That's your ass. Period. But the judge said dismissed. No sufficient evidence. It was dismissed. The paperwork says dismissed. I showed y'all the paperwork that said dismissed. Y'all, listen. My God. Basically, what we're dealing with now is basically, I bet Queen 1157. I listened to the audio. I listened to what she had said. I'm not finna do all this back and forward. And then she's talking about me being gay. Girl, I'm gay. I'm gay. What does that have to do with what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? So now because you feel like I'm all the way on his side, I don't care no more. Like, y'all went to court, case is done, I'm done. You said it wasn't dismissed, then what was it? You said the case wasn't dismissed? You said Queen 1157, it wasn't dismissed. Then what was it? I want to know. What was it? No, I don't think he's innocent. I don't think he's. I think on his side that his fault is doing way too much. If the girl didn't want to talk to you no more, let it be. Let it be. You said he had to abuse her again. Oh, God. I heard the audio. I heard the audio. But I'm also going by what that court paper say too. Because the judge can see a lot of things. But what does that paper say? What does the paper say? Yep, she said don't contact her again. I heard that part too. Okay, so Queen, let me say this again. Sarah chopped up my interview, and first of all, I was not laughing at her being abused. I was laughing at what he said and how he said it that tickled me, not at her being abused, okay? First of all, him being startled, like, what the fuck you doing up in here? That tickled me, because I was like, where the fuck did that come from? All right. So you, after hearing the interview, you said, do I agree she was abused? So let me say this. Based upon what I have seen, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. You say, baby, I'm still feeling the same way. Okay, so let me make this very clear. I'm still asking the question because, again, I'm over it. This is a month later. This is a month later. I'm going to answer your question. This is a month later. I have not touched this situation until today, right? I have not touched this situation till today. I asked the question, how did he abuse you? That's what I asked. How did he abuse you? Was it verbal? What happened? Was it physical? Was it what happened? Because again, you can't give me a text message that clearly he's talking to his sister and say he verbally abused me. You can't show me a video of him apologizing when he's talking about his actions with his sister and say that he verbally abused you. That's not going to work. I want to know, what did he do to you? That's what I'm saying. What did he do to you? That's all I'm saying. So me personally, I'm like this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because what I'm seeing is typical girlfriend-boyfriend stuff. Having an argument, having a spat, all this other stuff. That, what I saw, that was not abuse. That was not abuse. And I'm not saying, you said I'm clout chasing. I'm clout chasing. You said I'm clout chasing. You said I'm clout chasing. You said I'm clout chasing. She said it was physical abuse. Now all of a sudden, see, this is what I'm talking about. When did she say it was physical abuse? When was it physical abuse? No, I'm not saying she has to explain nothing to me. I'm not saying she has to explain nothing to me. You said I'm weird as fuck and I'm cloud chasing. Baby, this is what I do. I sit out here and I do interviews with people. She's not the first woman that I've did an interview with, or this is not the first situation I've done an interview with. This is not the first situation that I've done. You said you're literally talking in circles, backtracking. How am I backtracking? This is not the first situation I've dealt with. This is not. No? No? Okay, whatever. Like I said, I was never taking nobody's side. Hold on, what'd you say, baby? Okay, so we just having a conversation, right? Okay, so like I said, I don't agree with what was going on with him. I don't. That's just me. I said that to Sherrod, all of that. I said that. Um, you said you said it's weird that he came to me to plead his case. It's why okay, so why is it weird that people that she's recording and all of this stuff, but nobody else can record? Baby, listen here. If I don't have proof of what I'm trying to tell y'all, if I don't have proof to show y'all, tell y'all something, if I can't get on my show, and for you all that are just now matter of fact, go back through my other shows. Whenever I'm talking about something, thank you. Whenever I talk about something, I want to make sure that I have proof of what I'm talking about. I'm not an active part in their situation. I'm not an active part in their situation. But because of what was going on, okay, I said, let's talk. Let's talk. Because it seemed like some petty shit. I said, let's talk. She saying you abused her. You saying you ain't do nothing to her. Okay, let's talk. That's what I did. I went to the ladies first. I went to the ladies first. I said, let's talk about what happened. That's what I said. I said, let's talk about what happened. I have a lot of shows that I've done. Y'all are feeling some type of way. I mean, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but whatever. Fuck you too. You can feel however you want to feel. But on my shows, when I do these interviews with these people, then that goes for what I just said goes for the person who called me a clown. You're not gonna feel some type of way because this girl got 2.9 million followers. It makes me know never mind. Because people can weaponize their followers. All I'm saying is she's not my first interview. You said, how can I say she's lying? Where did I say that? Where did I say that? Where did I say that? I didn't say that. If it was my child, you know what I would say? You know what I would say if that was my child? What did he do? What did he do to you? Because I'm not going to... See, that's how a lot of folks get shot and killed. That's how a lot of folks get shot and killed. That's how a lot of folks get shot and killed. You said, why is she obligated to tell me? But she can... y'all tickle me. Y'all tickle me. So she can jump on here Y'all can jump, she can jump on here and accuse. Matter of fact, I got one even better. So she can jump on here and say somebody raped her. Matter of fact, let's just take her out of the equation. She can jump on, any woman could jump on here and say somebody raped them and then run with the story. We don't even know what happened, who, what, where, when, and why, but we're accusing somebody. And then by the time we go to court, or if it goes whatever, we done lock somebody up and we don't even know what's happening. You said if it was your child, I'm going to ask the same question. What happened? I got to like the man, so he got to be my boyfriend? Oh, Lord. You said it is what it is. Because I'm seeing the comments and y'all saying the same thing over and over again. It's okay. It is what it is. You said I was wrong. How the hell was I wrong? How was I wrong? I'm not going to apologize for what I said. I meant what I said. What? Who is this? The Unbrand Digital. That's what I was asking for. I was asking for the whole story. I was asking for the whole story. Because here's what I did. You said I'm not a therapist, but I'm a vlogger. I'm a journalist. I'm asking for the whole story. I'm asking for the whole story. I'm asking for his side, her side. Because what I didn't even get I didn't even get the story from him. I basically got it from her. You said, but I picked a side. No, I didn't, baby. Baby, I've been relevant. I'm sorry. You just not getting over here. That's okay. You said vlog. Baby, I do both. I do both. Oh, that's what you feel. It's okay. You said the video spoke for itself. Let me tell you something. Here's what I'm gonna say. Was he right for yelling at his sister? No, but do we not have altercations? Do we not have altercations with our siblings? I'm asking y'all a real question. Okay? You said I don't have no credentials? So now you're asking me to show you proof of my credentials. See how that work? See how that work? See how that work? You're asking me for my credentials of me going to college. Julie, that's what I'm saying. I know you don't care, but you're asking me for it though, right? You're asking me for it, right? Okay. You don't care, but you're asking me for it. But y'all don't need to see nothing from Sarah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Um, 1669, baby, if you follow me for a long time, I do these stories. I do these stories. I'm going to go to the husband. I'm going to go to the wife. If the kids got something to say, we're going to hear the whole story. And after we're done with it, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. I'm not siding with the... Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. The reason why I'm over it is because... it's, the judge dismissed it. It's over and done with. All right, well, cool, whatever. It is what it is. You said, what does my mama have to do with this? My mama was verbally abused by somebody, and I went the fuck off on him. Did because I saw it. If she came to me and said, this nigga, I'll be like, well, what happened? I'm going to go check him. I'm going to go get him. Hoo-wee. Y'all. It's cool though. It's cool because I'm gonna tell you something. I've watched this. Julie, I have watched this. A woman could get out here and scream bloody murder and no rhyme or reason. But if a man comes back and does the same thing, he won't get the same attention. That's just what it is. If a man says, I didn't do XYZ, he's not going to get believed. I'm like, okay, well, what happened? We had a conversation. We talked about it. Janice, you said you want me to do a reaction of... First of all, let's do this. When you go to court, first of all, that's not a transcript from the court. That's not a audio transcript from the court. That is where she recorded in the court. You're not supposed to do that. That's facts. You're not supposed to do that. And I heard what the judge said. I wasn't shocked or surprised. The nigga need to do better. Seriously, that's me being honest. The nigga need to do better. Like, I'm just being honest about that. Like, that's no joke. And see, what y'all didn't see, because I was editing the video, is I'm telling him all of this too. I'm like, you got to do better. As far as who he's dating, you need to do better. First of all, not only do you need to do better with who you dating, but you need to be better with your reactions. Okay? Seriously, I can't deal with nobody sitting up out here fussing and cussing at me. I'm damn sure not finna deal with nobody putting their paws on me. Mentally, I'm damn sure not finna do that. So that right there. So we ain't even got to have that conversation. We ain't even got to have that conversation. We don't do that in this house. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not agreeing with his actions or anything like that. Period. So all of this whole notion with I sided with somebody, absolutely wrong. Just because she chose to chop up Rose, that was his sister. You said, and is that a problem? I didn't say he had prior violences, baby. That's not what I said. I said I saw that he was arrested for domestic violence. But his wife okay, was the one that was charged for domestic violence. Yes, he needs to be accountable. He needs to have accountability. But see, there's another conversation that I do want to have. There's another conversation that I do want to have, but I don't think y'all ready for that. Because the truth of the matter is, while we're getting mad at this man, and, you know, he needs to be accountable for his actions, it is what it is. But some of y'all women, y'all do fucked up stuff too. So we're not going to act like ladies are angels. Y'all not going to act like ladies are angels, because they're not. Because just like men are out here assholes, there's some asshole women too. Period, point blank. It's a whole lot of women that be out here crying wolf. Period, point. That's reality. That's reality. That's reality. You said I'm a woman bashing simp. Wow. So now I'm bashing women. Baby, I'm not a groupie for content. You don't know me, daughter. You don't know me. If you looked at any of my content prior to, if you looked at my content prior to, baby, this is what I do. Okay. I know I'm not your mother. I know. It's okay, niece. And I'm not your auntie either. It's okay. I'm gay, so I can say what I want to say. Now we finna go there. Are we finna do that? Address you as Tiffany? Oh, okay. Miss Tiffany. Girl, what? Now you getting sensitive about your name? Oh my God. Oh. This is the silliest shit I've ever seen. Oh, you on what I'm on? Okay. Okay. So why are you mad at me? Like, why are you mad at me? You're talking to me. And I'm not disrespecting her either. I'm not disrespecting you either. But yes, let's back to the question. Uncle Walt, if I called her niece and she called me daughter, I mean, I wouldn't be mad. Like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Anyways, so like I said, I'm not sitting out here taking nobody's side. It is what it is. I did an interview. I don't agree. I don't agree with everything that happened. I don't. You know, I don't. If she wants to say that he verbally abused her, you know, I can see that. And if she let me say this. If she said that the boy physically abused her or mentally abused her, I'm like, okay, so I'm like legit asking, what did he do? I'm legit asking, what if he beat your ass, why didn't you say something? Like, I don't, it sounds stupid for me to even have to say this, because I'm not going to let somebody put their hands on me. Y'all been dating for 6 months and a nigga put his hands on you? Hell the fuck no. Mm-mm. Baby, if somebody cussing me out and doing all that, baby, it's time to go. It's time to go. Now let's move it. Let's move Sarah and little Kelsey out the way. Let me just have regular conversation real quick. Okay? First of all, and I'm saying this for real, for real. If y'all get sensitive about somebody getting in an argument with you and cussing you out, then you need to be mad at a whole lot of people. If you're in a conversation with your best friend, your mother, your sister, your brother, and y'all get in a heated argument, is that considered verbal abuse? Now I'm asking, now I'm not even talking about them no more. I'm asking a legit question. I'm asking a legit question. Can somebody answer that question for me? You said we've normalized improper behavior. Absolutely. Absolutely. You said no because I cuss my brother out daily. We have normalized that type of stuff. We have normalized that. We've normalized it because we watch it all. Some people, let me just say it like this: some people watch that type of stuff and they get off on that. Baddies, all this type of shows like that, Real Housewives, all that talking crazy. We've normalized that type of stuff, but we want to get sensitive about certain things. So if you can watch people on TV cuss each other out, but y'all want to be. We normalize it because we watch it. We normalize it because we sit out here and we make it acceptable because we watch it online. We watch it on the internet. We watch people get online, fight each other. We normalize this stuff, but then we want to get sensitive about other stuff. Like, come on now. Y'all want to say verbal abuse, but y'all watch verbal abuse all the time. Y'all, you said, baby, I'm not, Tiffany, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it okay. I'm not saying it's okay. What I am saying is that we watch this stuff every day and we become immune to it. Like it is okay. That's all I'm saying. Exactly, Clint. Reality TV is a mirror of everyday life. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'm getting at. I just basically came on because, first of all, a lot of y'all are here talking about, I'm okay with an abuser, and that's not what I do over here. I'm not okay with a predator. I'm not okay with a pedophile. I'm not okay with none of that stuff. But if somebody's being accused of something, and I do commentary on the story, and they happen to come to me to talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. Or I'm gonna talk about it by myself on my show, because I did. I did. And while I first talked about it on my show, I reached out to Sarah and I reached out to Christina. Okay? I didn't even say nothing to him. I reached out to Sarah and I reached out to Christina. because I wanted to hear what they had to say. I was giving them a platform to say what they need to say. On my thing, I just, all I can do as a vlogger is reach out and ask if they want to just come on and talk about it. He reached out, they didn't, and we talked about it. Here's what it is. I talked about him, what he had going on. I don't agree with his behavior. I don't. So while y'all talking about all that, I can laugh with whoever I want to laugh with. And here's the other thing about it. And I'm being honest when I say this. A lot of y'all be getting slapped the fuck around by y'all own baby daddies. Now, if this don't apply to you, then I'm going to need you to go ahead and slide on with your comment. But some of y'all be getting slapped around by y'all baby daddies and carrying on, and some of y'all baby mamas, y'all don't say shit. Okay? Y'all sit up out here and see somebody else out here crying wolf, and y'all want to jump on the bandwagon. Keep that same energy in your own household. If that man's slapping the shit out of you, you better go say something. Angel B, what are you talking about? That's all I'm saying. Some of y'all are going through all this type of stuff like this at your own house. So what y'all see online, y'all want to, girl, you need to get him. But baby, he up here beating the shit out you at your own house. So while you telling one person to get them, you need to be getting that nigga too. Now that's a good question. That's a good question. Does a real woman who's being abused by a man advertise it on social media? And then brag about making money off of it? I'm just saying, y'all. That's why, listen. That's all. You said, did he not bring it to social media first? I got her story. That's the other thing too. And I'm gonna tell anybody this. I tell people all the time. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to people's words. Pay attention to people's actions. All this other stuff like that. How do we know that he created the pages? Jada, absolutely. I just came on here honestly just to, one, get some straightening real quick. That's a Angel B, that's a good question. How do I know that he didn't? Another question is, how do I know that he did? How do I know that he did? We don't know, right? Like I'm being legit serious. I'm being legit serious. How do we know that he did post this stuff? How do we know that it wasn't somebody else? Hell, how do we know it wasn't her? There are three sides. There are three sides of the story. His, hers, and the truth. Matter of fact, there's four. His, hers, the truth, and a lie. You said keep missing my comments. Oh, we talking about this situation because, baby, y'all have been coming over here trying to flood my comments. Y'all been coming over here trying to flood my comments about Miss Sarah. And Lil Mama that made a video talking about my house is nasty. She said, my nasty apartment. Baby, I don't live in an apartment and my house is not nasty. So now you want to spin a narrative and you got all these people talking about I got a nasty apartment. Now you saying I got a nasty apartment. I don't live in an apartment. I live in a house, and my house is clean. See, I'm a big-eyed sissy, baby. I love my big eyes. Baby, I ain't never had a problem getting nobody. What are you talking about? It's and I bet it's a female too. Y'all, a black woman, female. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Baby, you're not hurting me. You're not hurting me. It is what it is. Baby, Angel B, what nobody made again. How can I say this without making it sound bad? She clipped that video. Nobody was laughing at her. I was laughing at what he said. Sarah, she even said I was handsome. Not that mean anything to me, but I mean, she's a pretty girl. Like what? And that's Jesus. I told Sarah. I said, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's do an interview. It's gonna get your side out there. Because if I'm giving him an interview, I wanna be fair and give you an interview too. Because I'm not like that. Oh, Clinton, yeah, that's my girl. I love her. Your feminism is flaring up. Baby, I wasn't accusing her of nothing. She said it. What are you talking about? She said she was profiting off. She matter of fact, she took that's what she's not gonna play that for y'all. On the audio that she has, if she recorded the whole thing, oh baby, I would drag that punk. But she got on and did a whole video talking about she made $30,000 off of. So what? It's on YouTube. You said I'm making mockery, casting doubt. Ugh. Oh, I'm not gonna have to do that. I promise you. That's a good question. How many other women have built platforms and profited off their pain? Seriously. It is what it is. Y'all, reality is I honestly have enjoyed talking to y'all. This has not been a bash session towards nobody. This has not been a bash session towards nobody. And honestly, when you watch somebody, if you don't know them or watch them, then you don't know them at all. You don't know their personality or whatever at all. But yeah, so I just want to come on just to talk for a little bit. And honestly, I'm not gonna say that I did not enjoy this because this has been fun. Real talk, this has been fun. I have enjoyed talking to a lot of you all, and it is what it is. I think that based upon this situation, you said my opinion is real surface. So I want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that because that's gonna open up a whole nother can of worms. No, my father's not a pastor in Memphis. Not at all. No. Not at all. I am. I mean, I'm sitting up here. Rose Salem. There you go. And I have said that. And here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something. Um, I have had other women who have been abused. I have had other women who have been abused. I brought them on my platform. We talked about it, and I drugged the shit out of whoever was abusing them. Reality. There was a bishop in New York that was beating the shit out of his wife, knocked his wife around with one of them weights. She had big knots and everything all upside her head. I drugged the shit out of him. I drugged the shit out of his organization. All that stuff like that. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, this is one situation where just because this woman has a platform, y'all are not trying to hear nobody else and what is going on. That's what it is. And I get it. And I'ma respectfully agree to disagree. Okay? I've talked about a lot of these situations before. What I'm not gonna do, um, I had to go through my phone, but it was one of them New York bishops. It was it was dumb. I don't think he was on his meds. But honestly, it just is what it is. You said I don't care about her platform. It's the topic, and I hear that. I hear that. And you know what? There is abuse on both sides. There's abuse on both sides. Real talk. There's abuse on both sides, and nobody wants to really talk. Men don't talk about abuse. Men don't talk about abuse because again, people don't think that men get abused, but they do. When it comes down to women, women is that's just I don't know. Women been getting abused for a long time. Serious, real talk. Women been getting abused for a long time, so they're believable. The moment a man says somebody abused him, they're like, "Nigga, what?" And I mean, honestly, and I agree with what you just said. We've normalized toxicity. I think I said that right. Yeah, we've normalized this stuff. We normalized negativity. We've normalized getting in fights and all that stuff like that. Look at our kids. It is what it is. So, Sarah, if you watching from another page, hear me when I'm trying to tell you. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not on your side. Because what I do not agree with is this. If if you don't like somebody, here's the thing. If you don't like somebody, and I'm not talking about abuse, anything like that. If you say, nigga, fuck you, I don't want to deal with you no more, leave me alone, okay, cool. But if you're going to say somebody did something to you, not just say abuse, because me personally, this would have been me. This would have been me. Oh, but I stand on what I believe. If, and I don't want to say I'm telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. But if you're going to say somebody did something to you, say the nigga did this. He did ABC. Say he did ABC. Because now we don't know what he did. Y'all just going, he abused, he abused, he abused. And it's like, nobody knows what happened. It is all sad. It is all sad. And here's the thing, y'all, and this is not at her. Let me make this very clear. Well, you said you don't know, but then you saying you know. Oh God. Anyways, I forgot what I was gonna say. Wait, who said I don't know what happened? I'm not even about to do that. I'm really not. Julie, I'm not even about to do that. I'm not about to do that. It is what it is. I'm not. I'm not. Girl, I'm not. It's 12:48. I'm not finna do that. But then here's the thing, y'all. Y'all saying she shouldn't have to do this no more. Y'all are sitting out here telling me that. You said, what is abuse to me? Physical, mental, verbal? What are we talking about? Physical, mental, verbal? Like, what are we doing? Like, so now we ask. Okay. Anyways, y'all, listen. I've enjoyed talking to y'all. It is what it is. Um, I feel like this. No, I ain't got nothing else for it. I explained it earlier. I explained it earlier. I did. I explained it earlier. He called her crying because for their day. See, I sound like I'm taking up for him and I'm not. But because I've talked to him, it's like y'all don't want to hear what y'all don't care about that. So why did you say she should? Huh? Okay, so she now this is the thing. I want y'all to. You said I shouldn't be speaking on it anyways. Okay, so everybody else around here giving their thoughts and opinions, but I can't interview both sides. I can't interview him, but y'all. Anyways, cause baby, listen, ooh. Wait. You said I literally just watched a video of him busting the door off the hinges. I have questions. Literally. Hold on. You saw, listen, you saw him. You saw him bust the hinges out the door off the hinges. You saw him. And this is what they were asking in court. We talking about Sarah and Sherrod. Y'all, I'm saying, this is what they asked in court. This is what they asked in court. This was one of the reasons why it got dismissed. You said the judge said that's not what the judge said. So it's okay. It's okay. Listen, I have. Anyways, so I know some of y'all probably just rolling in, and from the looks of it, y'all want to get a lick back because y'all don't like the fact that y'all don't like the fact that I did an interview with him. Y'all don't like the fact that after court, I did an interview with him. Here's my thing. I give an opportunity, and again, everybody do interviews. Okay, we're not even talking about abuse. I'm not even talking about that right now. Everybody do interviews. When this stuff happened, I reached out to the ladies because I wasn't reaching out to him. He reached out to me. Um, he reached out to me. I said, okay, let's talk. Let's see what you got. Boom. It is what it is, and they went to court on the 14th, and the judge dismissed it. Regardless to whatever you guys feel, regardless to whatever you all feel, here is what I'm going to say. If the judge, hear me, if the judge wanted to charge him, she could have charged him. Period, point blank. Whether he live in the same state or not, she could have charged him. Period. She could have charged him. But on that paper, it says not sufficient evidence. Oh, baby, I know the law. I know the law very well. Very well. The judge wrote, the judge wrote that in the paper. The paperwork said, y'all, what is it that y'all don't get? The judge said that there was not sufficient evidence. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You said, what about the audio? Did she play the whole 44 minutes? Did she play the whole 44 minutes? She said, she explained. Did she? Okay, you said no evidence for future abuse. Okay, because y'all keep going back to this. Where was the abuse at in the beginning? You said babe? I'm trying to understand what's not clicking. What's not clicking? T- Anyways, this has been cool. Thank y'all for coming on. You're just not coming on. I never said I stand with Sherrod. Anyways, you been on? Okay, good. You said say goodnight. I am. Listen, this has been cool. This has been fun. It's been cool. It's been fun. Thank y'all for coming on. I appreciate it. Even after this live, you're gonna feel the way that you feel, and that's okay. Um, I'm not here to do all of this extra stuff. I just honestly, I gave my thoughts and my opinions. My thoughts and my. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Angel B. You said the judge said George Zimmerman was innocent, but he shot somebody. How does that even come? We don't even know what. Bye, y'all. I can't. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. For real? Bye.